Hello and welcome. My name is Roger Philipp of Roger CPA Review. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about how the Tax Reform Act affects exam candidates. On December 22, 2017, the Tax Cut and Job Act, known as the TCJA, was passed in order to quote-unquote simplify the tax code. It made a variety of changes, including lowering the corporate tax rate to 21%, where in previous years it had been about 35%. It increased the standard deduction and the child tax credit. Now, the standard deduction was a little over $6,000. They doubled it to $12,000. Married filing joint, $24,000. Therefore, many couples now no longer would itemize or file a Schedule A. Instead, they'll just use their standard deductions. The child tax credit also doubled from $1,000 to $2,000. Plus, they increased the threshold. So instead of having it phase out in the $150,000 or so, it now phases out up to about $400,000. So many more Americans would qualify for that extra $2,000, which will help stimulate the economy. It limited itemized deductions on your Schedule A, and I give you memory aids or mnemonics. One of them is commit this to memory, COMITT, charity, other miscellaneous, medical, interest, taxes, theft, and casualty. So it took a lot of those Schedule A itemized deductions and made some adjustments. For example, charitable contributions, now you can deduct up to 60% of AGI for cash donations. Property taxes and state taxes are limited to $10,000. Mortgage interest used to be $1 million plus $100,000 equity line of credit, now limited to $750,000 of principal. Casualty and theft, casualty losses are now federal disaster areas only. It also created a new 20% qualified business income deduction to lower tax rates for owners of certain pass-through entities like S-corps and partnerships. Now, this is a huge revamp, probably the biggest of its kind in the last 30 plus years before I was born. It significantly changed both individual taxes and business entities as well, which is a lot of the stuff that you may have studied in school. Now, if you're a CPA exam candidate, you may be thinking, how does this change affect and how does the overhaul affect the CPA exam? Well, here's how. The AICPA said that the new tax changes in the reg exam would not be tested until January of 2019. Therefore, we recommend that you sit for the regulation exam now. That means during 2018, before January 2019 hits. Why? Well, because all of the stuff that you've studied in college, whether it's individual and entities, all that stuff you studied in college, that's the stuff that is currently going to be on the CPA exam all through 2018. So why go ahead and study and learn new material if you've already seen it in school? The content areas that are most affected are, again, regulation, and that's for taxation, which makes up about 80%, up to 80% of the reg exam. That includes federal taxation of property transactions, of individuals, also federal taxation of entities like a C Corp, S Corps, partnerships, also estates and trusts. So what I call gifts and stiffs. With gifts and stiffs, there, instead of $14,000, your parents can now legally give you $15,000 a year. Woohoo! So have a talk with them. Also, estates, when you pass now, when you die, they doubled it to about $11.2 million per that you can leave, right? So when I die, I can leave. Not that I'm encouraging your parents to pass on now, but between now and 2026, hey, it's affordable. So our recommendation, again, is to pass the regulation exam now while we're still testing all the stuff that you've already studied in school. Avoid having to relearn everything that you've already studied in your tax class. Now, if you need help working the reg exam into your busy schedule, because I know we're all really busy, we have a new Smart Path predictive technology, which is the most effective way to maximize your study time. Basically, it's a data-driven platform that tells you how much and where to focus your efforts. So it'll show you exactly what to study and how much, which takes the guesswork out of the CPA exam preparation. Also, it'll help you pass faster than ever before. If you don't feel prepared to take the regulation exam in 2018, don't worry about it, because as a Roger CPA Review student, your study materials will automatically be updated to prepare you in time for the January 2019 changes. So no matter when you take the reg exam, we've got you covered, and we'll guide you on the smart path to CPA exam success.